Hello, lovelies. It is Josie Myers here, and welcome back to my podcast. I'm so excited today to come to you and talk to you more about chakras and how they bring balance and harmony to our modern lives. If this is your first time here, my name is Josie Myers, and I'm a Reiki master, author, and makeup artist, and I help women glow from the inside out. So let's dive into that chakra that holds on to our joy. Let's talk about where the sacral chakra lives. It is the second densest chakra in our chakra system, and it is also known as the Sadhisthana in Sanskrit. It's located in the lower abdomen, just below the navel. It's associated with the element of water, and that symbolizes the flow of emotions, creativity, and the fluidity of life. When the sacral chakra is in balance, it radiates a vibrant orange energy, fostering feelings of passion, creativity, and joy. Now let's talk a little bit about joy. In our fast-paced, often stressful lives, joy can feel pretty elusive. The sacral chakra plays a crucial role in our ability to experience pleasure and to find joy in the simplest of moments. When the sacral chakra, located in the lower abdomen, is blocked and imbalanced, it can lead to various physical, emotional, and mental challenges. I know that in my own journey with my sacral chakra, I had a really hard time as a younger person that was always very driven, but was also trying to make everyone around me happy. I felt like I was constantly on this hamster wheel of just working and studying and making sure that everyone was taken care of. And while that wasn't something that was required, I felt in my life, the people around me required a lot of me. So I know that when I was trying to unlock my joy, it was really a huge process. Okay. So we're just going to talk about some of the common pain points that are associated with a blocked sacral chakra. So number one, emotional suppression. The suppression of emotions makes it challenging to express oneself authentically. This emotional suppression can result in feelings of frustration, resentment, or even depression. Second, lack of creativity. Individuals may experience a creative block, feeling uninspired or unable to explore their imaginative side. This can impact not only artistic pursuits, but also problem-solving abilities in everyday life. The third is difficulty in forming intimate connections. A blockage in this energy can manifest as difficulties in forming and maintaining intimate relationships. There may be a fear of vulnerability, leading to challenges in connecting with others on a deep emotional level. Number four is low libido. The sacral chakra governs the sexual organs and is linked to one's sensuality and sexual energy. A blockage can result in a decreased libido or disinterest in sexual activities. This can not only affect romantic relationships, but also one's overall sense of vitality and passion for life. The fifth is guilt and shame. This could be related to societal or cultural conditioning around pleasure and desires. Individuals with an imbalanced sacral chakra may find it challenging to embrace pleasure without feelings of guilt. And the last one is procrastination and lack of motivation. A blocked sacral chakra can contribute to a lack of motivation and procrastination. The individual may struggle to find their drive to pursue their goals and ambitions, hindering personal and professional growth. So how do we go about unblocking and balancing the sacral chakra to invite more joy into our lives? I'm going to give you some practical tips. Tip number one, express yourself creatively. Engage in activities that allow your creative juices to flow. Whether it's painting, dancing, writing, or playing an instrument, expressing yourself creatively helps open up the sacral chakra and encourages the free flow of joyful energy. Tip number 2, connect with water. Since the sacral chakra is associated with the water element, spending time near water can be incredibly healing. Whether it's taking a soothing bath, swimming, or simply sitting by a lake, connecting with water can help balance and cleanse this energy center. Tip number 3, embrace pleasure without guilt. It's important to allow yourself to experience pleasure without feeling guilty. Indulge in activities that bring you joy, whether it's enjoying a delicious meal, taking a leisurely walk, or savoring a moment of relaxation. By embracing pleasure, you nurture the sacral chakra and enhance your overall well-being. Take a moment to reflect on the state of your sacral chakra. Are there areas in your life where joy seems to be lacking? Consider incorporating these tips into your routine to open up the flow of energy in your sacral chakra and invite more joy into your life. Now, before we end off, I just want to make a note about joy in general. I know that our joy can be affected by all of the things that are happening in our life. If I can give you a small snippet of the places where I experienced a loss in joy and a blockage of my sacral chakra, I could think about a few times in my life that may relate to times in your life. When I was young, I was really, really driven to do all the things, have all the experiences. I wanted to have a very full and beautiful, balanced resume because I knew that I wanted to be a teacher. I am actually a teacher. I have a master's of education. So I did get my goal of becoming a teacher. But during that process, I really cut a lot of joy out of my life, mostly because I was working 3 jobs, I was going to university, and I was paying my way through that. And I really found that I was prioritizing everything else except for my joy. I would say that I was so hyper focused on my future that I wasn't really living in the moment. And when I was doing things that I thought was bringing me joy, I was actually pretty stressed. So I know that during that time, I was really unclear on what would bring me joy. I think that I delved into my life of being of service at that time, and having my jobs and doing things on a level that I knew could bring me forward. But I wouldn't say that that was real joy. And I think I really had a hard time with navigating through that. The next part that I found where I really, really lost my joy was when I became a mom. Becoming a mother is such a huge process. I mean, when you have a baby, your body goes through so many changes. Sometimes there is trauma around the birth of your baby. It is really a stifling experience while it's beautiful at the same time. But being a mom and really expecting my motherly instinct to kick in, um, I was always an overly anxious person. So I wanted to always make sure that I was getting things right. And, in my case, with my own baby, I couldn't breastfeed. I wasn't producing enough milk. My baby wouldn't latch. I really had a hard time without having a lot of support around me. My husband at that time, he lost his job shortly after I had my son. So I really put myself into the position of being the mom and the wife and helping support my family, which led to a lot of killing joy for me. I didn't really know what joy felt like anymore. And I really had to explore that again. It took me quite a few years to actually be able to be grateful and look at my life and be really joyful for the little things, but I was able to do it. And it took a long time to get there. So if you are in a position where you have been doing nothing but pounding the pavement and really serving everybody else and not thinking of yourself, I'm going to urge you to think about how you can bring joy into your life. I know that the big piece for me was that I was a very different person after I became a mom. And things that used to bring me joy were not bringing me joy anymore. So I had to reinvent what I and re explore what I felt joy was. And for me, over the years, joy has looked like being able to drink my coffee in the morning and giving myself a moment. Joy is watching one of my favorite podcasters so that I can learn more about the world. Looking outside, going into nature, moving my body in an intentional way without feeling like I am, if I'm not pounding the pavement with this workout, that I'm not going to get the most out of it. It's really tuning into what it is that makes you happy. Another thing is costuming, like wigs and corsets and makeup. Those are all things that bring me joy now in my new life. I have basically done so much work on myself that I am a different person. So I just want to challenge you to dive into bringing joy back into your life or adding joy to places where you really feel that you need it. I think another thing that a lot of people don't know that I went through is infertility. Infertility was one of the really crucial points where I was a mess. It really allowed me to look deep into myself. I had to understand why I felt like there was such a void because I couldn't become pregnant again. And ultimately, I decided to stop having or stop trying to have another baby. And I think that piece there has a ton of shame around, which can also tamper your sacral chakra in a big way. So as you can see, I tried to give you my journey as linear as possible, but there are things that definitely affect our sacral chakra, okay? But I'm just here to tell you that there is hope if you are looking to bring joy into your life to open up that chakra. You can take a look at josiemyers.ca as well as freeingthebutterfly.com for some extra little tidbits of information around energy. If you feel like you need to open and balance your chakras, I would love to talk to you and have a conversation. It is a free consult. Always, we just sit down and talk about your needs. And if I can help you energetically, I have been through a lot in my life, and I can probably relate to whatever it is that you've gone through. So you're always going to land on a conversation with me where you feel seen and heard. And that is basically what I want to help you do. So I'm so excited that you're here once again. I hope that you've enjoyed this podcast. I want to know how you are feeling in the joy in your life right now. And if you're not so joyful or you don't know where to start, please put a comment below and I would love to try to help you out. Okay? I am so happy that you are here and that you decided to spend this time with me. I know that you are always busy and you live in a busy world and you are always trying to flourish in your own life. So I do appreciate your time. I just want to remind you to always be kind because you don't know what people are going through. I love you and I'll see you next time. Talk soon. Ciao.